What's up guys, my name's Nightfall here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be talking about this week at Bungie for April 18th, 2018. Yes, I do know that this is yesterday, and I do know this is not that common to have this week at Bungie be on a Wednesday instead of a Thursday. There's probably, the reason they did that is because the summit is coming on right now, the summit where all the different community leaders, the people who went to tear apart Bungie at Bungie Studios, basically, just going to be meeting, talking about the game, what they can do with the future. And basically, I think they're gonna go have a party, to be completely honest. But I'm definitely rooting for quite a few people going out there. I definitely think Datto, Mesa Sean, Triple Rack, tear them apart. Because the more you tear them apart, the more we are gonna get a better game out of this. Even though, you know, I'm a huge proponent of Destiny 2. I'm one of the only people in the world who seems to like Destiny 2 more than Destiny 1. And I still think that they should tear them apart so we can get a better game. But in this week at Bungie, we basically get a whole bunch of different previews of exotics that are coming in the future. As you can see with these three, we got Rat King, Skyburner's Oath, as well as the Graviton Lance, and then we got a whole bunch of text. I'm going to be trying to give you a little synopsis of all the stuff here, so you don't have to read, I think, what, it's 2,400 words down there. Anyways, starting off, 6v6 Iron Banner is going in right now. If you have not played it, go play it. This is probably one of the last ones of the season, so make sure you do play it. Coming into this next start is going to be the Crucible recap. There's really not much to say here. They just ask, hey, how's Rumble treating you? You like the Rumble? You like the additional map-specific? It's a lot of things. More specifically, you want to look right here, beginning May 8, all players will be able to compete in any Crucible maps we put in our match-made playlist, so hopefully the random stuff has kind of been destroyed. Platform-timed exclusives will also be limited to that platform, and there's really not much to say right here. What you really want to look at in this thing, and I highly recommend you go check these out, I'm going to be playing these videos for you, are these things. These are going to be previews of the upcoming exotic changes. They released first a Sturm, where you can actually get a 2-shot Sturm double headshot kill in the Crucible, which is ridiculous. And in this one, they're showing off the Graviton Lance, Skyburner's Oath, and Rat King, and how they want to change it to make it feel more exotic. So I'm going to be playing these videos for you guys so you can actually see them. So that was it. The Graviton Lance now has this kind of, I don't know if it had it before. I felt like it had some type of explosion, but now it seems like every little shot like bounces off and explodes and does this like crazy little hits everything. So hopefully Graviton Lance actually becomes usable after the update, because right now I don't think I've touched it since it stopped being higher light than any other weapon I had. Because in campaign you have a chance of getting it. I picked it up and then I went, I had this other weapon that's a higher light than it. I'm gonna use that one instead because this is just garbage. Below they talk about some other things like the Skyburner's Oath and the Rat King. More specifically, I can kind of summarize this from the gameplay that I'll be playing right now. Skyburner's Oath seems to have explosive rounds as well as a bounce round to them. It's not very specifically exotic. As far as a showcase, I feel like I'm missing something. It's one of those weapons, you aim down sights, it becomes, you know, higher damage, but it shoots slower. If you don't aim down sights, it's faster fire rate. And now it seems like, I mean, it's always been where it can, like, penetrate through like shields, but now it seems like it has explosive rounds, very similar to the way the Promethean lens kind of explodes out on the target kind of thing. So we'll have to wait and see exactly how that works. But for the most part, it just seems like a very large explosive range on the weapon, which could be something very nice for doing PvE stuff. But next up, one of my favorite things is gonna be the Rat King. First of all, Cosmo, what are these? What's that? What is this little link here? It doesn't lead to anything. Like, it's literally just, it's nothing. Why do they keep putting these things here? I have a feeling they put these things here for a very specific reason, but I don't know what it is. But anyways, the Rat King preview. You can see here on screen now, Rat King preview, they do something fun and funky and weird. Basically, they wanted to make it so it felt more powerful, because most people could not reach the fire rate that the Rat King could support once you have more people around you. Because if you did not know, when you have a bunch of people with the Rat King in their inventory around you, your fire rate, as well as a couple other things, increase by a lot. You can actually pull that trigger insanely fast, but most people aren't even capable of pulling that fast. So it seems like what they've done is they made it fully automatic, and this just seems like it's fully automatic. They didn't say it was, But it's just really funny how everybody's just staring at this one guy while the guy's like, don't fire, and then everybody just unloads and goes nuts. So hopefully we can see entire Rat King raids in the future. It might be just something we do like once and then we forget about it because nobody depends on each other, like the Aeon whatever arm stuff. Nobody ever uses that, but I would love to see that in the future and see what they can do it. All right, so this next part is kind of a lot of words talking about something, from what seems to me, something very simple. For the most part, it's talking about the soft and hard caps that are coming to the Warmind. So right here, you can see 380 is going to be the hard cap for the Warmind, which shows off that it is going to be 385, which is going to be the maximum light. I was speculating it was going to be 360, because right now, if you see the infusion, it says the max is 360. I don't know why they feign that, but for right now, it seems the highest you'll ever be able to get is 380 plus 5 from all the legendary mods. They're also talking about soft caps, like for example, when you're going through the campaign, you're getting blues, and all of a sudden you realize that the blues aren't helping you around 360. Then you realize that the purples stop helping you around like 260, and then you realize the purples aren't helping you around 280. Those are like the soft caps, and that's what they're talking about here, is controlling the soft caps, whereas the hard caps are like literally the top you can ever have. And they kind of go on for a really long time about making this a more enjoyable, more satisfying grind. They talk about going from 340 to 370 will take as long as going from 370 to 380. They're talking about how a lot of people felt betrayed about how easy it was to get to 335, and how it was literally just do these easy milestones each week and you're golden, you're done. You don't have to do anything special. You don't have to complete the prestige raid. Hopefully they do make us complete like prestige stuff, like prestige Nightfalls and prestige raids. That might actually make prestige nice, but overall, it seems like they're not adopting that strategy, and they're just talking about how to make it a little bit slower or more satisfying to get to. And that's it. That's what this entire set of paragraphs aim to tell you about. They talk about, you know, like 260 for blues, 300 before the cap was released for Curse of Osiris, and going up to 340. I don't know, man. They talk about whole lots of things, and it really is just the same thing at the same time. Next part here, high attitude or altitude. This is talking about this summit. I talked about this very briefly in the beginning. There's gonna be a summit. I love this little BM right here in the beginning. The guy who used to write these weekly blog addresses, which is Deej, apparently called it Twab, wants to hog the mic for a second. So basically, Deej, thanks, Cosmo. Cosmo's the new person who writes it. Basically, he's talking about, hey, we got some guardians from around the world talking about the community summit, hopefully to make our game better. But basically, he's just telling people to f off and don't bug them. I mean, in summation, I feel like that's all there is to it. And then finally, that's pretty much it. The rest of it's just gonna be Iron Banner updated, what they have, score limit increases, 6v6. They're talking about power ammo, mostly saying, hey, we got Iron Banner, it's better. Look at all the good stuff we got here. And of course, error code. If you got some cabbage, coconut, currant, lettuce, and rabbit, you probably could make a nice stew. But lastly, we're gonna see the movie of the week. I would recommend you check out this video. It is really funny how many times you see how good the Dawn Blade is, and how many times he dodges golden gun shots just by dodging back and forth. It's very insightful if you ever wanted to play Dawn Blade. And then this one, this guy is just really fun. I'm just gonna, he uses the Kefri Sting. Oh, hold on a second. He uses the Kefri Sting, which is this item here. Well, the Kefri's horn, which makes a little solar fire thing go out in front of him, and he kills people with it. It is ridiculous how many times, like, here's a demo, look, he just does that, and it kills the person in front of him. It does like 80 damage or 125 damage. I never knew that was so powerful, but you guys should try it out. And then finally, the Nightfall top scores very low because there's only one lost sector they can actually do, and they're all console players. None of the top, none of Lokt and Jason and all those other people. Like, holy crap, we got some console players. Yes, represent. Let's go. But yeah, that's it. 2,400 words of knowledge. How are you feeling? How you enjoying that? Hopefully you enjoyed that video, so you don't have to read all the knowledge. But if you did want to read it and check out more in detail what we're talking about, please do it. Grilled chicken. What a fantastic name. Let's go, grilled chicken. Let's go. But that's it. That's all there is to it. There's a lot of words. There's a lot of demos. I highly recommend you take a second look at these videos because they are pretty freaking fantastic looking. I love what they're doing with exotics. making them much more overwhelming and just kind of fun to use. But that's it. That's the video for you guys today, this week at Bungie. Hope you guys did enjoy. Of course, my name has been Nightchronic, and I'll see you guys on the next one.